shown you since.
We are zip tripping this morning in Lake Orion and Orion Township. A couple of things that if you've never been to Lake Orion, there's the village of Lake Orion and there's Orion Township. There are many lakes, about 26 lakes, Lake Orion being the biggest, about 600 acres. Then there's this little cute little village. It's very small, but it's very quaint, and they've done a good job of preserving it.
Well, and just little details. For instance, we're sitting on these benches. I mean, it really does take you back into the early 1900s. These wheelbarrow benches that we're sitting on.
Wheel benches. I am going to take you now, Roop, into a couple of shops because I noticed
I've been dying to go to shops.
I can tell. So let's go shopping. Little Monsters, a specialty toy shop and a place that says we have really cool stuff. And do they ever? You could spend, adults and kids, you could spend hours in here. This is Layla, one of the owners. So Layla, one of your biggest sellers are these ugly dolls. Interesting story behind these dolls. Actually, it was two long-distance lovers, art students, and they were writing letters back and forth.
Yes.
And what happened?
And the boy, who was he was a U.S. citizen, he drew a picture of this on the bottom of his letter to Sun Min when he sent it to her in Korea. This is minimum wage. She sewed it, sent it to him. He carried it around New York, and people kept asking him where he got it from.
And the rest is history. Now, all these dolls, countless, they each have a personality, they each have a fun name, and people actually collect them. Here's something else that people collect. These Japanese erasers. Look at them all. These are some of the popular ones. There's a puffer fish, the banana, the biscuit, and the little hamster. And I don't know if anyone actually uses them to erase with, but people love to gather them. Okay, so the store is filled with not just toys for kids, but also just some interesting stuff. I want to show you. This is called the Zen board. So this is just a paintbrush and some water. And look at this. I'm going to create a nice little piece of artwork right here. And the good thing about this artwork, well, it could be good or bad, but in my case it's good, is that it's very temporary. Ed's Broadway Gift and Costume has been on the corner in downtown Lake Orion for about 13 years now. Boy, you come in looking, you know, like a reasonable person, and you can leave looking like this. Or like that. Look at this doorway. This doorway came from India. It's just one of the architectural gems you find inside Elements, a store that's relatively new to downtown Lake Orion. Bonnie is one of the owners. Bonnie, when I look around, I think, where do you find this stuff?
We actually travel all over the country to find unique artifacts and unique items and bring them back to Lake Orion.
Let's talk about the tins. These are big sellers, and this is a very green product.
It's a green product. It's actual salvage taken from old buildings, so it's a recycled type of product, and people love the uniqueness. Everyone is different, so.
There's mirrors, there's all kinds of tin, everything. And I'll show you, look at this cute little frame. See, there's little trinkets, too. It's a little magnet frame, or it can be a note holder. Very nice. I could just talk about those little trinkets all day, Rue.
They had to limit your time, so you had to kind of wrap that particular piece.
And there are
stores.
So many cute little stores. There's a new paper shop next to Sagebrush, and there's a Tresori Gifts, which is nice. So I feel badly that I couldn't get into all of them.
Paper store?
Like stationery
and that kind of thing?
Yeah.
No, because my fiance who's planning this wedding, she actually is looking to find some of those kind of thank you note type places.
Well, I think you should go today.
Lake Orion, we're looking for a place to live together.
Shopping.
Yeah, this will be good. We have a paper shop down the road, but there's a lot of cool shops in it, and you could kind of make a day of it, and that's what you did.
It's very nice. So we talked about the food, we talked about the shopping. Here at Canterbury Village is where they're having the first North Oakland County Art Fair, and you can see behind us some of the tents are getting set up, and we're going to continue to talk about art as we proceed, but we also have to talk about this Ford Fusion. We want to thank Metro Detroit Ford dealers for helping us put on these zip trips.
Yeah, they do it. And if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be able to bring this to you. You know, if you're zipping it anywhere, this pretty cool car. It's Ford Fusion. Thanks to the Metro Detroit Ford dealers for sponsoring our zip trip. And by the way, coming up a bit later, you talk about some of the artwork. You saw some of the adults do their artwork. Well, there are some teenagers here too, and there's a big teen art competition. I'm going to give you a taste of that coming up a bit later.
And believe me, you'll be impressed by this artwork. You'll say, wow, I can't believe a kid did that.
Right.
We'll be back with much more as we zip trip in Lake Orion on this Friday morning.